So good morning, everybody, and it's a great pleasure for me to present this small work, but very significant work that we have done, which is to look at the awareness of retinopathy of prematurity and its related issues amongst the parents of babies who are being screened for ROP. And we conducted this study in South India. So, as we all know, ROP is a disease wherein we have abnormal development of retinal blood vessels, and a good screening protocol is crucial to prevent blindness. Because unless the screening happens in a timely manner, and also unless the treatment when required is delivered in a timely manner, the babies are at a high risk for losing their vision. So, given this sensitive nature, we have wanted to analyze the gap between the knowledge about screening of ROP amongst the doctors and the people who need to come, that is the parents. So the purpose of our study was to analyze awareness about ROP among parents in South India. And there's a very dearth of such kind of studies in the literature. So we believe that this will provide a lot of knowledge. So this study was conducted from October 2018 to June 2020. It was a cross-sectional study wherein we recruited 217 parents of babies who came to our institution or whom we screened at our Outscreen Reach programs for ROP. And a pre-validated questionnaire from a previous study conducted in California was taken and modified suitably to suit our Indian population. And the questionnaire had 22 questions regarding knowledge, attitude, and experiences of the parents. And this was administered to the parents by a trained paramedical personnel. So if you look at the demographic, we had 217 parents, most of whom were very young in age, 26 years at the mean, and 60% of them had an undergraduate education. 77% of the parents were aware that prematurity is a risk factor for ROP, but there was very low awareness about factors like low birth weight or oxygen exposure also contributing to ROP. While 50%, 54% knew that it can cause blindness, and that's only 54% knew that it can cause blindness, which is also very low. But the awareness that other complications can happen in premature babies or babies who had ROP, like strabismus, amblyopia, or glaucoma, was very, very poor. If you looked at their attitude, especially in attending the appointments, because that is the most vital part of a parent, that they need to bring their children properly to the appointments. And that 72% reported they had missed or postponed an appointment, whereas 77% had postponed and 2% had only missed an appointment. So this is also of concern, since we need ROP screening to happen in a very rigid time frame, especially for those babies who are progressing towards type 1 or ROP. And when we look at how well prepared they were, 74% reported that they required someone to read the hospital materials, whereas 35% had someone in whom they could contact for their child's eye care, and 44% did not have anybody whom they could contact. Parents reported that the ophthalmologist in majority of cases, that's 84%, and in 19% the pediatrician informed them regarding the follow-up schedules, and 59% agreed they were educated about the associated risk, and 43% were informed about the child's ROP status at discharge, and 54% reported that the hospital clinical staff stressed the importance of timely ROP screening. So when we looked at how the modalities were used to educate the parents, at 2 weeks of birth, which is before they needed screening, making them aware of the need for screening. And the second point is when they were being discharged, to emphasize it again, verbal explanation was the most common used modality. And in a few instances, especially at discharge, it was written down, whereas it was mentioned in the discharge summary that you need to get ROP screening. But use of videos or other online resources was minimal to none, actually. So the knowledge about ROP in the patients was quite poor. Attitude was also poor because majority had either postponed or missed a child's appointments, and they were not very well prepared to manage the child's health issue. And though there has been efforts on the part of the healthcare workers, that's particularly doctors, in educating the parents about the regular follow-up, this needs to be strengthened further to ensure good compliance. So future studies, we need to examine better practices at teaching parents, and also how these can improve their adherence to follow-up, and using of more interactive methods or maybe more videos and etc. to educate parents at points of care would probably be helpful. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Manvi.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Socio-economic status of the parents of the children.
Yes, sir.
Have you taken this also in the criteria? Because as you said, talking to them was the most useful method. But nowadays, the young generation, they are more affected by the you can
Yes.
see videos at online.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Socio-economic status is also important.
Yes, sir. Socioeconomic. So we basically mainly looked at the educational background, sir. Getting information about that, which is what I said. There was majority of them had a undergraduate education. So illiterate and primary school were a very minority. 2% were illiterate and some 7% had primary school, whereas secondary school was in 30% and rest were undergraduate and post. More than 50% had undergraduate and postgraduate education. So that would affect. And yes, sir, socioeconomic data would affect.
Yeah, that's why they were more comfortable with your direct communication with them, not by the online.
Yes, sir.
If
Yes,
they would have been an educated person, they would have been affected very well by the online presentations also. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
Thank you,
sir.
Thank you very much. Manvi, thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you, madam. In this, I would tell that you should always join your ophthalmological visit with the pediatrician visit. Then they understand the importance. Because we have to teach our pediatricians also. Because yes, I do this, our pediatrician is very aware. So you have to make the pediatricians aware first.
Yes, we do that, madam. We do simultaneously do the pediatrician's visit and our screening where we go for outreach screening. Okay. We do coordinate.
Yes, okay, thank you.
It's a good presentation. Yes. Just I want to know that in your experience slide, knowledge, attitude, and experience, you said at discharge they were only around 49 or 53% were told about their condition on discharge. Why such a low figure?
One of the reasons is that many of the babies were discharged before their actual need for screening date. That's one confounding factor here, because a lot of babies do get discharged somewhere around 2 weeks from the NICU. The little bigger babies, because as you know very well that in our Indian screening criteria, we do screen a little older and bigger babies also. So that was one of the reasons that, they still had to have the screening. So they were not really aware. Some of the parents, though it was mentioned. Yeah, my time, sir.
Okay.
Thank you.